Hello and welcome to thecollapseexperiment.com, where I am not prepared to go live. So today, this is going to be another short one due to time restrictions, but found a very interesting article that kind of fits what's going on these days, titled "Our Leaders Are Making Self-Deleting Decisions." You can change the phrase to get the correct article or figure it out by going to theclassexperiment.com, because the actual word is shunned upon by YouTube because it's run by children and they don't like having free speech available to the masses because heaven forbid we think for ourselves. Snyder warns doom loop will cause societal meltdown. Let's find out who this Snyder guy is, shall we? Journalist and popular author Michael Snyder says his new book, End Times, is revealing just what he predicted. I swear to God, if these people don't stop trying to message me, I'm going to lose my shit. Yeah, you're probably going to hear a bunch of that during this because people just don't get the hint. End Times is revealing just what he predicted. The bad news is it's going to get worse and much worse. We're all about optimism here on this channel. Let's begin with the banking crisis that is really just getting started. I kind of knew that when the first one fell apart. And, looking at the different banks and what they dealt with and how the government reacted. Oh, you like digital currency? Screw you. We're not bailing you out. Yeah. That's basically been the policy lately. So if any banks have tinkered with Bitcoin or Deutsche or any of that stuff, yeah, good freaking luck. Snyder reminds us what Jesus warned about end times in Matthew. Okay, we're getting into the religious stuff here. 24 verse 21, when he said, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." I really have no idea what the hell I was raised Catholic. I have no idea what the hell that just said. Um, Michael explains, we are talking about this in terms of a banking crisis. Well, I'm glad he knows what the hell that just said. But I believe we are very close to literally a banking apocalypse. 2009, anyone? Where we could see dozens and ultimately hundreds of banks fail here in the United States. No way. That couldn't possibly. Yeah, like we're definitely heading in that direction. And the Federal Reserve, the federal government, anything that with a Fed in front of it is just failing at their job miserably. Basically, at this point, we've got hundreds of banks that are essentially insolvent. Yep. Good job in deregulating everything, you asshats. And by the way, this was not that. This is, people are gonna, oh, Trump, it's all Trump. Trump's not in office, for one. Two, you could have reversed everything when you came in the office, since you are the adults. Yeah, that whole phrase, the adults are back in the room. I haven't seen them yet. I don't know where these adults are that they're talking about, because everybody I've seen is not qualified for their job and acts like freaking children. So no idea what's going on there. But heaven forbid they actually say, like, we're to blame. We should have foreseen this. We didn't do our jobs correct. No, none of that. It's let's blame the other dude somewhere down the line. Snyder is predicting credit drying up, and after that, the economy will dry up too. When the economy fails, the jobs will be cut and layoffs will begin in a big way. The layoffs have already started, and Snyder points out, what is he pointing out? That ultimately means recession. We're not going to happen overnight, but this is a process and a cycle. So yeah, everybody's like, oh, the economy's, I still have my job. Yeah, it's a recession when you still have your job. It's a depression when you lose your job. Snyder says the economy is going to fall into depression, and then society will start failing. Where were you in 2020? Snyder predicts there are suicidal decisions. Oh, I said the word. Damn it. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, demonetize my already demonetized. Give me a strike. I don't give a shit at this point. There are self-deleting decisions our leaders are making, and we are looking at the end of America in hundreds of different ways. I'm not going through the hundreds of different ways, and I'm sure they don't list them in this article here. This is in blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so there's much more in a 40-minute. Okay, so there's a 40-minute interview that you can see with this Michael Snyder, author of the recent book End Times, which came out 5/6 of 23. Yeah, so if you want to check out that book yourself, go right on ahead. Me personally, I'm not into the whole biblical prophecy, linking up things from a not even 2,000-year-old book. What, a 1,500-year-old book, possibly? I forget when the Council of Nicaea came together and decided what was going to be in the Bible and what wasn't. But yeah. So, anyways, this guy is making predictions. It's not hard to do. You don't have to be religious to see that this stuff is happening. You just have to have some common sense on money management and realizing that the people who are managing the money don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah. All right. So, moving on. Let's see. Which one should I choose next? Well, RFK Jr., CIA definitely involved in the murder of JFK. If I don't have a strike already, let's go to it, shall we? This is through Summit News. Once again, displaying that he is not afraid to go on the offensive against the deep state. Yeah, is this like the Trump version for the Democrats? I don't know. Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. stated this past weekend that he believes the CIA was involved in the murder of his uncle and has presided over a 60-year cover-up. Well, did they just release papers that stated that Oswald was on CIA payroll? I mean, did he get paid to be the patsy? Did he actually do the thing? Either way, like as long as he's somehow connected to the CIA, especially getting a paycheck, there's definitely a connection there. During an interview, host Jason, I don't know who that is, asked Kennedy, "Do you believe that the CIA were involved in the murder of your uncle?" Kennedy instantly responded, "They were definitely involved in the murder and the 60-year cover-up," adding, "They're still not releasing, the papers that legally they have to release." Yeah, the FOIA system is just a freaking joke at this point. I don't understand why they even have it. Considering that anything that's worth any type of value to fill out a FOIA request for, you're probably not going to get. Did your people do? President's brother even called Langley and asked, "Did your people do?" Wait, what? Let's back up here. RFK Jr. also noted that his father, Bobby Kennedy's belief about the assassination was that the CIA was responsible, noting that President Kennedy's brother even called Langley and asked, "Did your people do this?" I never heard about that one. Holy crap balls. During this campaign announcement last month, RFK Jr. spoke about his uncle vowing to take the CIA and shatter it into 1,000 pieces and scatter it into the wind. That's probably the hottest thing I've ever heard a politician ever say. Keep going with that. You have my interest. After the disastrous Bay of Pigs incident, RFK Jr. emphasized that JFK had concluded that before he was assassinated, that the function of the intelligence agencies has become to provide the military-industrial complex with a constant pipeline of war. They knew this back in the early 60s. This is, and it's just common knowledge now. Um, yeah, so I'm not surprised at all if this turns out to be true. I'm 100% certain that this is actually true. And as for JFK, this is probably why they removed him. He probably was not going to go into Vietnam. Heaven forbid somebody doesn't make money off of a stupid war. Kennedy Jr. promised to let loose on those who have attempted to silence him for 18 years, asserting, "This is what happens when you censor somebody for 18 years. I've got a lot to talk about." Okay. In the age of mass Silicon Valley censorship, it is crucial that we stay in touch. We need you to sign up for our free. Oh, damn, they got me. It looked like part of the article. That's unfortunate. So yeah, there is no more to this article. That was actually just an ad. Oh man. Okay, Zero Hedge. You need to cut the bullshit. So, anyways, you've got the son of an assassinated presidential candidate running for president, whose uncle was also taken out by the CIA or the deep state. Yeah, again, CIA it doesn't. Those are basically interchangeable at this point. So yeah. And last time I checked, he was polling at almost 20%, which is insane. That means he's taking votes away from Ice Cream Man. So I can only hope that he keeps going on with this. Perhaps he will end up being the Ross Perot that we need this time, who stole votes from Bush back in '92, made sure that, oh God, Clinton became president. I don't know. I don't know what the right solution is here, other than we just stop having government altogether and start over. This is the only thing I don't like about this dude is the party that he is a part of. Seriously, like his ideas doesn't line up with anything that they have to say these days. Like seriously, just go third party, dude. Like you would already get funding for um, some other party in future elections at this point. Like you could go Green Party, Libertarian, just what the hell? uh, why you'd have to stick with that party, I don't know, but that's what he's doing. He's trying to factory reset. Yes. At this point, just burn the freaking factory down. Seriously, collect the insurance money. Oh, that's right. Nations don't have insurance; they just have to rebuild on their own. I'm not opposed to that either. Actually, at this point, if we could actually just rebuild on our own and get these assholes out of office that are really destroying this country, then I'm all for it. But at this point, the way that things are going, people are looking for some kind of savior. It's not Trump. Hate to break it to you. I'm probably going to lose all three people who are listening to me right now, but it's not Trump, and it's not going to be Robert Kennedy Jr. either. It's not. There's no savior here. You have to be a savior amongst yourself. You have to build your own lifeboat at this point. Learn how to build a freaking cabin in the middle of nowhere, and hope that everybody leaves you the f alone. That's really all you can do at this point. Get the hell out of the cities. You can't even go to work in New York right now. Because for one, you probably don't own a car, and two, you can't use the subway. So yeah, good job, New York. You're just proving what the rest of the nation says we should not be. As for California, too, they just defaulted on what, $18 billion of loans to the federal government. So California, a bunch of welfare queens over there. They're insolvent, and they want Gavin Newsom to run for president. He can't even balance the budget of his own state or repay back the loans that he took from the federal government. So good luck with that one as well. There's no viable options here. None. Uh, as for Kennedy here, we already know what's going to happen to him if he starts looking like an actual threat to Biden. So I just, I actually kind of feel bad for the guy because I think he already knows what he's looking at in his future. Build a rocket ship, maybe. Elon Musk is not far from coming up with real solutions. What if we just go to Mars? He's going back home. That's really what that is. Apparently, there's a conspiracy theory out there. I don't even know if it's a conspiracy or not, but that Elon Musk is actually a Martian from the future who's trying to get back home. I'll just restart my own civilization that I left. So yeah, who knows? It's like Terminator. Like he has to go back in time to create the civilization that he just left. It's this weird circle timeline. So yeah. Anyways, it is time for me to go. Those are the two stories I have for today. I did have a couple of others, but for the most part, they're relatively similar stories, and I kind of just want to do a solo video for that. And it's regarding the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and their trials and all the foobar that went along with that. So I'm going to save that probably for tomorrow, unless some big stuff happens between now and then, which could possibly happen. So, anyways, that's it for me today. Hope everyone's doing well. Keep on typing.